This is probably the first video ever on my channel that I am doing on Pearl Davis, aka Just Pearly Things. And after she wrote this, I have a feeling this will not be the last time I will be talking about her. Of course, many of you came to find out about who she is via Jason Black or the Black Authority back in March, when he thoroughly exposed and eviscerated her, pretty much ending whatever so-called YouTube career she thinks she still has. He literally put threw a whole big ass monkey wrench into her little scheme. And it was a scheme. And as far as I'm concerned, she's still out there scheming. But there was a tweet that she posted up on her Twitter account on June 11, 2023. And this is it right here. It seems to me she's trying to find another grift. But I'm going to read to you what it says. Planned Parenthood was founded in 1910. The founder, Margaret Sanger, was a racist who said, we do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. Blacks made up 15% of the population then, and now make up 13%. A 2% nationwide increase. Why don't you see pro-black content creators cover this? Do you this woman is about as dense as sponge cake. I know what she tried to do here. Like I said, she's trying to get or latch herself onto another grift into talking about quote unquote pro-black content creators, because she really has nothing else to talk about. I've seen a recent interview that she's done. I forgot what the name of the YouTuber is. And he literally exposed her. Like, the woman is a complete and utter airhead. Like, I literally called her, my nickname for Pearl is the Great Value Lindsay Lohan, because she literally does look like a knockoff, a Lindsay Lohan knockoff. Y'all know who Lindsay Lohan is. That's what she looks like. But let's talk about what she put up here. She said Planned Parenthood was founded in 1910. The founder, Margaret Sanger, was a racist who said, we do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. Blacks made up 15% of the population then, and now make up 13%. Allegedly. So now she's going on that thing of saying black people make up 13% of the population. She might as well have gone the distance and said, oh, they commit 50% of the crime, so on and so forth. She might as well. And then she said, why don't you see pro-black content creators cover this? We've been talked about Margaret Sanger on and offline. As a matter of fact, on my original channel, I did a whole White History Month. In the month of June, might I add. And Margaret Sanger definitely was one of the days in that month, for sure. As a matter of fact, I think Margaret Sanger was day 2, if my memory serves me correctly. She was an early entry. I wanted people to know about her immediately. And I did that White History Month back in 2017, before we even knew who the hell a Just Pearly Things was. Too bad I don't have my original channel so people can see it. But those who have been around since the beginning know exactly what the White History Month was. As a matter of fact, White History Month was actually the first type of series that I did on my channel before there was a Triple P or a Sundown series or a Bed Bucking and Blackaren videos. That was the first series, and I did all of that in 1 month. But for her to sit up there and try to claim that we don't talk about her, that is a complete and utter lie. But furthermore, what makes this tweet even more insulting is the fact that she got on here, wrote this little excerpt like we cannot do the research if people didn't know who Margaret Sanger was already, or the fact that she makes it seem like black people didn't know who the hell Margaret Sanger already was. We know that this woman played a huge part in what happened with the black community, especially the foundation of Black American community in particular. We know what role she played in all of this, going back all those years. But Pearl is sitting up here making it seem like she's giving up some kind of a history lesson. No, you're the one who is late. The fact that you wrote this in the tone that you did, I'm willing to bet she probably just learned about Margaret Sanger the week she posted this. But of course, in her colonizing spirit, in true colonizing form, if they discover it, then it must be groundbreaking. But this is who she is, y'all. This is the real Just Pearly Things. In case y'all didn't know who she was before, you got a glimpse of the real her right here. Like I said, her grift is done. What she had going on prior to when TBA completely obliterated her like Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh! Is done. And the thing is the crazy thing about it is she was exposed way before he did it back in March. And I think that was the second time he did it, but it was this time because it was surrounding around what I guess you could say a controversy because she had Nick Fuentes on her show. Listen, this woman had Nick Fuentes on her show. That should tell you all you need to know about her. And we all know about Nick Fuentes. I've talked about Nick Fuentes a couple of times on my channel. And we all know who he is. And the reason why he's gotten banned on pretty much every social media platform you can think of. And the only way he can get on social media is when he is being invited on by other people. And she invited him on. As a matter of fact, she was the same one that tried to say that slavery was embellished because of what was put into Roots. Yeah, if y'all watched that TBA broadcast, all of that was in there. As a matter of fact, that was the first time I called in to TBA. I felt compelled to call in that day. It was because it was around this subject matter, her. Some of y'all was in there and saw it. But yeah, that's exactly who she is. So she put this up here thinking that we didn't know who Margaret Sanger was. We know who she was. The rest, a lot of the world probably didn't know who she was, but we know who she was. And it sounds to me like Pearl just found out who she is. Well, Pearl, congratulations because you played yourself and you are now officially on my radar. And whenever I tell someone that they are on my radar, that's not a good thing. So we're going to be keeping an even closer eye on her, and trust and believe to those of you watching over here on my channel. This is only the beginning. Trust and believe that. Anyone who could say something like this and insult my intelligence, who can insult our intelligence, and y'all know that's a big pet peeve of mine. We keeping a close eye on everything they do now. Keep in mind, this is also the same woman who is a staunch, I guess you can say, learner from Thomas Sowell. That, again, tells you all you need to know. And that goes back to that thing about what she said about Roots. So when you think of all the things, this tweet, her having Nick Fuentes on, her saying that Roots embellished slavery, her learning from Thomas Sowell, you pretty much know how you can label this woman and how to deal with her accordingly. And she has the nerve to sit up there and try to say that she is going to trying to help these women get men and all types of stuff like that. This woman is 26 years old, no man, single, not married, never have been married. She has no children. As far as I'm concerned, what she has going on for her right here is probably the catalyst, the jump off point of what her life is going to be like for the next few years. By the time that wall comes in closing on her, because I have a feeling she might get hit by 4 different walls instead of just one, it'll already be too late. Like when you just listen to the stuff that she says, what man in his right sound of mind would deal with that? I thought one of the funniest things, considering what I just said about her, is that this woman had a so-called wife school. How are you going to have a wife school and you're not even a wife? That is so weird. Talk about, the finesse and people try to get advice from her. Keep in mind, this is also the same woman who stole talking points from Kevin Samuels, a deceased black man, to bring her numbers up. Again, that colonizing spirit just seems to ooze right off of her. And like it's nothing. And she didn't care that she did it either. This woman paid, I think, like they said, like $2,000 to have some kind of one-on-one with him. Yeah, we know why she did that. Because she had something planned. And she executed that plan. This woman is a fraud. She is a liar. And as far as I'm concerned, she is very anti-black. And what's even more pathetic is that you had some of those men over there in the black manosphere allow her to come in and basically invade that space. And now this is how we got her. Thanks a lot. I wanted to further add that another reason she put this up here is because she feels the heat and the pressure coming from the new black media coming after her for the stuff that she said. So she's throwing this in there as a derailment for trying to say that we're not addressing something that we've been already addressed. That just lets you know she hasn't been paying attention to us as much as she thinks she has. And when you going to have that conversation with Jason Black? He already tagged you multiple times in various broadcasts where you could have called in, and you never called in. And we know why she's not going to call in, because then that'll really be the end for her then. But she'll go and play the fool on other people's podcasts and panels. And look at this pathetic fool right here. When I was scrolling through the quoted tweets, look who I saw up in here amening everything that she just said. Jason Whitlock. He said, "Go on, Pearl. You go, girl. Love to see it." Of course, he would agree with a white woman lambasting or talking down on black people. You know what, Jason? There's a couple of places, a few places, in fact, that I would like for you to go. One, I would like for you to go on a damn diet. Two, I would like for you to go to a gym, hit that, and go on a treadmill, go on an elliptical, go on the bike, go do some jumping jacks, go do some crunches, go do some push-ups, go do some sit-ups, go be active. That's what I like you to go. And the last go I would like to have you do, if this place even exists, go to hell. I think that pretty much covers it. I don't know if there's any other places where I would want you to go. I mean, there's probably a few, but I'm not going to go on a ramble about it either. But those are just a few starting points that I would like for you to go.